All right, so the question today is from someone who wants to remain anonymous, and their question is about height. So let me go there and read the question out to you. Here it is. It's a pretty long one. Can I use law of attraction to increase my height by at least 10 inches in this birth? My current height is around 5'5", and I want to increase it to 6'2" quickly. But as Neville Goddard says, believe it's happening and then let go. But whenever I open my eyes, the 3D reality forces me to think otherwise. For example, when I'm trying to manifest height, I'm actually seeing myself to be taller than some specific people who are around my desired height. But say, for example, whenever I see them in the gym and they try to interact with me, I see the 3D reality which I don't want to see. Also, the gym is full of mirrors which shows me my current reality. How to let go and totally avoid such 3D reality so that I can release all resistance and hence manifest my desire. This is something which I'm experiencing every single day and hence want to address and rectify. Let me point something out to you. The first thing that you're saying here is that you want to increase your height by, here you're saying, I want to increase my height by 10 inches. See, this, you think that this is a very big goal, that you've got to take this big goal and you've got to make it small. So instead of asking for growth of 10 inches, when you think of 10 inches, it seems impossible. But what if you could think in half inches? I just want to increase my height by half an inch. And once I increase it by half an inch, then I will ask the universe to help me increase it another half inch, and then another half inch, and then another half inch. Make your goals smaller and easier to accomplish. Number one. Number two, what I want to say to you is, in this birth, you're talking about in this birth, sweetheart, everything is about this birth. Because when you make your transition to non-physical, you leave everything about this behind. Now, if you believe in law of attraction, then you have got to believe in the fact that all things are possible. All things are possible. That is what law of attraction is. But when you say, I want to increase my height by at least 10 inches and it has to happen in this birth, what you're basically saying is, I don't believe that this is possible. And if you believe that, then that is what you will get, because law of attraction is exact, and law of attraction will every single time give you exactly what you believe. So you have to, every time your thoughts go to this, I want to increase my height in 10 inches is a lot, you've got to stop yourself and you've got to say, all things are possible. So this too is possible. And I'm only going to ask for half an inch at a time. And then the other mistake you're making, my dear friend, is that you're saying quickly. Quickly is a word that people use when they have attachment to the outcome and when they have shortage of time. And shortage of anything is a place of resistance. You have to not care about time. When you stop caring about time, things happen faster. So you have to say to yourself, it doesn't matter how tall I am, the universe knows what I want and can give it to me whenever I'm ready. And stop thinking in terms of time. The next thing you're talking about is Neville Goddard says, believe it's happening and then let go. But whenever I open my eyes, 3D reality forces me to think otherwise. You know what you've got going on over here? You are talking as if you don't have control over your thoughts. 3D reality doesn't force anything on you. You make a choice where to focus. Here's the thing. You have two eyes and you are choosing where to look. You can look at things that you don't like, or you can look at things that you do like. You are the one who is controlling your eyes, and you are the one who is taking whatever your eyes are observing, and you are making an interpretation out of it. That is your interpretation, not anyone else's. So are you telling me, because you are telling me, you're telling me that Zara, I have no control over my eyes, because you're saying 3D reality forces me. 3D reality does nothing to you. The world is not controlling you. You control where you look, and you control the interpretation that you put on wherever you look. That's all you. Nobody's doing it to you. And are you telling me that you don't control your eyes? And are you telling me that you don't control what you think when your eyes see something? So my eyes see this bottle of water. I call it a bottle of water. I decide what to call this. I have decided that I love the water in this bottle. But there are other people who hate the water in a plastic bottle. That's their interpretation. The interpretation that you make is up to you. Nobody's forcing you. Don't be lazy. Your life depends on it. The achievement of your goals depends on it. So don't be lazy. Okay, so I'm just going to proceed here because there's more here. For example, when I'm trying to manifest height, I'm actually seeing myself to be taller than some specific people who are around my desired height. So it seems to me that you're talking about visualization here, seeing myself to be taller. You've got to stop visualizing because it's not working for you. If it was working for you, you wouldn't be doing visualization. This is the thing that I keep trying to explain over and over again. Only those people feel the need to visualize who are low on the emotional scale. People who are high on the emotional scale, they don't even think about having to visualize because things that they want are already happening for them. So if you are low on the emotional scale, visualization is hurting you. Stop it. Stop visualizing. All right. So then you're talking about, and I'm really tearing this apart, right? But my tearing this apart will help you. So just listen. Listen. And then you say, whenever I see them in the gym and they try to interact with me, I see 3D reality. Well, sweetheart, again, you are the one who is making the interpretation. Because the more you push back, the more you say, I don't want to see this, well, guess what? The more you will see it. You've got to be okay with who you are today. You've got to be okay with your height. 5 feet 5 inches. That's a wonderful height. My father was shorter than that. He was 5 feet 4. Why can't you see things to appreciate in you? There's a lot to appreciate in you. Some of it has to do with your physical appearance. Other stuff has to do with who you are, your personality. Look around you. Look at some of the movie actors who are out there. They're not very tall. Salman Khan is not very tall. I think Shah Rukh Khan and um, Amir Khan are actually shorter than him. Salman Khan is the tallest of the three Khans, and he's not very tall at all. I think he's about 5 feet 7 inches. So, what are you cribbing about? Seriously. Being tall is not a guarantee for anything. Being tall doesn't matter you'll get the doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to get the girl. Being tall is not a guarantee that you'll get the job. Being tall is not a guarantee that you'll get the respect that you want. Being tall is not a guarantee for anything. There are many people who are really tall, are still single, and don't have jobs. Being tall is not the answer to anything. Your vibration is the answer. Your vibration is the answer. That's what you need to work on. And then you say again, also the gym is full of mirrors, which shows me my current reality. Again, sweetheart, You choose how you see reality. Reality is all about perception. You are making the decision to see the reality that you're seeing. And I'm going to take a break here because I want to show you something. Let me share with you a page from the Heart and Mind Alignment workbook. So this is a page from the Heart and Mind Alignment course workbook. And what I want to point out to you is these pictures. I don't know if you have seen any of these pictures before, but in the realm of psychology, these are very, very famous diagrams. And what I want you to see is, what do you see? It's all a matter of perspective. This picture has a young woman and an old hag both in the same picture. Depends how you look at it. This picture, the second picture here, has a mermaid and an old man. What do you see? Do you see the old man or do you see the mermaid? This picture has an old man and a young man. What do you see? Do you see the old man and the young man? And then this last picture here has also has two pictures. There's a old man and an old woman, and then there are two Mexicans sitting there making music. Do you see them? So you see, it's about perspective. It's about perspective. What you see has to do with what you have decided to see. And sweetheart, Mr. Anonymous, you have decided to see yourself as short. And that's why you keep seeing yourself as short. Doesn't matter if there are mirrors in the gym. When you see yourself, why are you seeing the shortness? Why can't you see the muscle? Why can't you see the person, the beauty of the person? How to let go and avoid such 3D reality? You can't avoid it. There's no avoidance going on. You have to accept completely who you are. Only then can you release the resistance that you're asking to release. You're saying, how can I release resistance? You release resistance by accepting who you are. And so the one word that I have for you is acceptance. Acceptance. Acceptance will lead you to self-worth. And when you have self-worth, not only will your height increase, your confidence will increase, everything in your life will get better. Unless you can accept yourself exactly the way you are, nothing can change for you, my friend. Because here's the problem. The problem is that the way you are seeing yourself is not the way your inner being sees you. Your inner being, when your inner being sees you, your inner being sees perfection. So let's talk about it. Here is your inner being, and your inner being sees your perfection. So your inner being sees you here lining up. Inner being sees your perfection. Inner being is looking at you from a place of love. You, on the other hand, are not looking at yourself from a place of love. You are looking at yourself from a place of dissatisfaction, which, if I draw a quick emotional scale here, you are looking at yourself with dissatisfaction, dislike, which is over here. And so you are over here, and you see, when you see yourself through the eyes of imperfection, dissatisfaction. And so there's a gap. There's a gap between the way you see yourself and the way the inner being inside you sees you. And here is the gap. And unless you do the work, and the work is up to you, because you are feeling bad, The fact that you're feeling bad is an indication that there's a gap. You now have to do the work to appreciate what you have, where you are, all your blessings, your home, where you live, what you do, everything, so that you can go up the emotional scale. And when you go up the emotional scale, there will be no gap. This gap will go away. And when the gap goes away, that's when you have self-worth. And when you have self-worth, you get everything that you want. I'm going to go back and say this again. Just because you are tall is not a guarantee that you will get anything that you want. But if you have self-worth, there's a guarantee that you will get every single thing that you want. If you have self-worth, it is guaranteed that you will get the relationship, you'll get the job, you'll get the respect. You see, sweetheart, the only reason you want to be tall is because you want respect. But being tall is not a guarantee for respect. There are many tall people who are not respected. So in the end, what I have to say to you is you've got work to do and I've got a workbook for you. So what I would recommend for you to do in order to get rid of all these blockages and resistance that you've got is to get this book. I'm short, but I can fix it. And also get the workbook that goes with it. I'm short, but I can fix it workbook. If you buy a copy of the book, either Kindle or paperback, you get a PDF workbook for free, but you can purchase the print workbook as well if you wish. But this book will take you one step at a time through all the resistance that I know people have who are faced with this dilemma of being short. Oops, because I've been there myself. And it will help you to clear up all your negative beliefs. So I want you, the code word for this video is acceptance. If you have got to the end of this video, this is the end of the video, I want you to put the code word for this video in the chat below. And the code word is acceptance. Acceptance is equal to self-worth. And as long as you don't accept yourself, you cannot have the things you want. And that doesn't just apply to height. It applies to every single thing in your life. I don't mean to discourage you. I don't mean to scare you. I mean to encourage you to become accepting of who you are. Love you all lots. And I hope that you will keep the questions coming in. Bye for now.